Hello there, people of YouTube looking on a screen of some sort, and welcome to Magic with Matty episode 2, and it's all about prophesizing. Yay! Now this episode is really long overdue. I kept stalling, blah blah blah, things happened, but finally it's getting recorded and it's going to be uploaded for you. So the last episode had a bit of a negative, it went quite well, but a bit of a negative response because it seemed rushed, and I understand that. Honestly, I think it was extremely rushed, mostly because I didn't even intend to do it on that video. That video was just meant to advertise my new show. Then I started giving hints away of the next episode, then ended up just doing the entire episode then, so that happened. Anyway, so like I said, this episode is going to be about prophesizing, which means that I can actually try and prophesize myself. Let's get straight into it. So if you don't know what prophesizing is, it's just a branch of fortune telling, except it has its own, how would I say this, its own factors, its own variables. I don't know, it's different to just normal fortune telling, because with prophesizing, you get a big picture. Fortune telling, you can look at someone and say, well, this is going to happen to them. With prophesizing, you just think of what's going to happen as a whole, not really to a specific person. You can't be precise with what you're saying. For example, lots of films include prophecies in their storylines. It's become kind of cliche. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Wait, Lord of the Rings? Maybe. The Matrix, the Lego movie, they all include prophecies. Like I said, it's become kind of a cliche, with the chosen one, etc. I'm thinking, does Lord of the Rings have a prophecy? Doesn't matter, unimportant. Anyway, but there was a very interesting prophesizer, which I will get into right now. Mother Shipton. Born in Mother Shipton's cave, which wasn't called Mother Shipton's cave before she was alive, so I don't know what they called it in her times. But anyway, she lived near the petrifying well. There's a whole, if you go to Mother Shipton's cave, I don't even know really where it is, but there's lots of interesting things there because she was a brilliant prophesizer. She lived in a cave, she was born in a cave, she was pretty poor. She wasn't called Mother Shipton, but people started calling her that because she seemed to be magical, which is why we're talking about her on Magic with Matty. It only makes sense. It's only logical. Anyway, she lived near, like I said, she lived near the petrifying well, which when you put objects under it, after a while they get solidified or petrified, which wasn't actually magic in the end. It turns out it's just a limestone solution in the waterfall, and it turned things, it solidified them, and it doesn't matter. But what did seem to be magic was her prophesizing. She did a lot of prophecies because she could see into the future, apparently, which is kind of cool. But her most important prophecy, I do actually have with me, it's just called Mother Shipton's Famous Prophecy. It's the most easy to remember name you can have. So I'll just place the camera there while I take this out, and I'll read you it. Can I just say it rhymes? So if you're allergic to rhymes, do not carry on. If you do, you will be gone. Okay, if you're allergic to rhyming, you would have died by now, so okay. This is difficult. That failed incredibly. I always find it really difficult to read scrolls. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Over a wild and stormy sea shall a noble sail, who to find will not fail a new and fair country, from whence he shall bring a herb and a root that all men shall suit, and please both ploughman and king. And let take no more measure, but both shall have even pleasure, in the belly and the brain, carriages without horses shall go, and accidents fill the world with woe. Primrose Hill in London shall be, and in its centre a bishop's see. Around the world thoughts shall fly in the twinkling of an eye. Waters shall yet more wonders do, how strange yet shall be true. The world upside down shall be, and gold found at the root of a tree. Through hills men shall ride, and no horse or ass by their side. Under water men shall walk, shall ride, shall sleep, and talk. In the air men shall be seen, in white, in black, and in green. A great man shall come and go. 3 times shall lovely France be led to play a bloody dance. Before her people shall be 3 tyrant rulers shall she see. 3 times the people hope is gone, 3 rulers in succession see. That's just half of it. In fact, no, let's do an overview of that half, okay? The first bit, about the wild and stormy sea, nobling sail and find herb and a root. That is about Sir Walter Raleigh discovering the potato, and that's years after she wrote this prophecy, so I'm pretty amazed at that. And that's just scraping the surface. It says lots of things about potatoes. Then carriages without horses, obviously the invention of cars, and accidents fill the world with woe. Yeah, lots of car accidents happen every day, probably. But let me just align that a little bit better. This camera. There we go. Then there was a Primrose Hill in Londonshire. I don't know about that. Around the world thoughts shall fly in the twinkling of an eye. I personally think that's about the internet. I don't know, but that's my personal opinion. The world upside down shall be, and gold found at the root of a tree. I still don't know what the gold at the root of a tree is. Through hills men shall ride, with no horse or ass be by their side. But yeah, because cars again and other vehicles. Underwater men shall walk, shall ride, shall sleep, shall and talk. We've never really been able to sleep underwater yet, like properly, or even talk properly underwater, but, you know, it could be in the near future. In the air now shall be seen in white and black and in green, yeah, planes, that kind of thing. Then there's the thing about France that I don't get. But there are apparently 3 tyrant rulers. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. Wait a second. No, I don't know. Next bit is like, I'll read the next half. Am I boring you? I better not be. Right, click out this video or skip or whatever you want to do. Each springing from a distant dynasty, then shall the worser fight be done. England and France shall be as one. The British olive neck shall twine in marriage with the German vine. Men shall walk over rivers and under rivers. Iron in the water shall float, as easy as a wooden boat. Gold shall be found in a land that's not now known. Fire and water shall more wonders do. England shall at last admit a few. The few that was held in scorn shall of Christian be born and born. A house of glass shall come to pass in England, but alas, war will follow with work in the land of pagan and jerk. Or is that Turk? Pagan and Turk, sorry, not jerk. And state in fierce strife will seek each other's life. But when the north shall divide the south, an eagle shall build in the lion's mouth. Taxes for blood and war will come to every door. All England's sons that plough the land shall be seen, book in hand. Learning shall all ebb and flow. The poor shall most learning know. Water shall flow where corn shall grow. Corn shall grow where waters doth flow. Houses shall appear in the vales below, and covered by hail and snow. The world shall end when the high bridge is thrice fallen. Now, before I talk about the other bits, that last bit about the world ending, I'm really scared about that. Because the high bridge is a bridge near Mother Shipton's cave. And apparently when it falls 3 times, the world is going to end. It's fallen twice already. Once when it was first built, I believe. The other time in the Middle Ages. And recently they just keep adding to it. And they don't let cars go over it. They just, maybe they do, I don't know. They add suspensions, they've added metal. They don't, because they've always wanted to tear it down and build a new one. But by tearing it down, that makes the end of the world. So they just have to build like an extra layer around it so it doesn't fall down. Anyway, so let's just have a quick overview of that bit. There's a bit about England and France shall be as one. And then it's the British olive neck shall twine in marriage with the German vine. That's like well, the British royal family have been marrying Germans for ages. I think the most notable is Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. There's also men shall walk over rivers and under rivers. And iron in the water shall float, you know, like iron steamboats, that kind of thing. I'm not sure about this one. If you know anything about this that I haven't covered, please share your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, let's move on to the next bit. So, now I'm actually going to do some prophesizing. Isn't that going to be cool? Me doing prophesizing. Let's go get into it. The first practical, as I'm going to call it, that we're going to see on this series. I'm going to take off my hat because It's actually, oh, my hair's messed up. Oh, I've got hat hair. So let me prophesy. Oh, I just put my thumb over the camera. That was a bit of a weird thing to do. Okay, prophesizing. No, I don't really know how Mother Shipton did what she did. She didn't really say how she did what she did. She just, did it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it. I can see people swinging like acrobats, swinging on bars. And snakes. I see lots of snakes. Acrobats swinging on bars with big pits of snakes trying to get to the other side. And it's in the Olympic Games. There's fire and birds are coming from the fire and they're shooting arrows, but the arrows are going back on themselves. People are shooting arrows and going back. Now somebody's shooting like a machine gun bullets out of their shoes. And now they've inflated like a giant balloon. Okay, if that's the future, I'm scared. Seriously, if that's the future, that's going to be a weird future. So now in the Olympics, there is acrobats that swing on poles above a giant pit of snakes. People can shoot machine gun bullets from their feet and then inflate like giant balloons. What else? Oh yeah, the arrows. People were shooting arrows and they'll just go in circles, then went in the target. Then there was, what was the other bit I said? I don't even remember. It was so strange. Or was that it? Oh, birds coming from the fire. That's just what I could see, just trying to channel my inner stuff. But if something similar to that happens in the future, that's going to be pretty weird. But yeah, but we'll see. So, yeah, let's just go back to where I usually am so I can do my outro. So I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Magic with Matty. I hope you tune in next time. Vote in the comments what you want me to do next, because I could do one thing, I could do another. It doesn't really matter as long as you enjoy it. So say in the comments what you want me to do. And oh, I forgot to get my book and tell you whether it's magic or malarkey. That's what I'm going to do now. Okay, here's my verdict. Prophesizing. Class, fortune telling. Magic or malarkey? Magic. I honestly think something, I don't think I can do it, but I think some people with a certain talent can definitely prophesize, because that Mother Shipton thing really creeped me out actually while I was researching it. So yeah, definitely drop a like on the video, like, comment, subscribe, all the things normally YouTubers ask you to do, and as always, thanks for watching.